All right, so if you're just logging on, grab some props. Grab a block or two, grab some blankets or pillows. We're gonna work on our splits today. Don't log off when you hear the word splits. It's okay. There's plenty of modifications to do. So if you don't have yoga blocks, grab a hardbound book or rolls of toilet paper. And whatever blanket you can get your hands on wherever you are, grab a blanket too, because that's going to be helpful as well. Oh, happy birthday, Maria. Yay. Thank you for joining on your birthday.
It's my birthday too. This is Gail.
Happy birthday, Gail. Oh my goodness.
Gail. 69.
So good.
Class of
Yay.
Class of 81.
So good. Happy, happy, happy. Now I've already said what we're going to do. You guys are stuck with it. So you're stuck with the class we've got. That's okay. All right, everybody, we're going to start on a seat here. You can start with your legs loosely crossed. You can sit on one of those props that I just told you to go get if you want to. You can sit on your shins if you'd like to, but we're going to do a little bit of a hip opener in our seat. So I'll make you come off of your shins in a couple of minutes. So just so you know where we're headed. If you like to sit with your legs straight out in front of you, if that's more comfortable, you can get started there. And then just come into the physical body here. Just notice how you feel. Allow your sit bones to root down firmly either on the ground or on your heels if you're seated up on your shins. And then we have a nice, tall, dignified spine from the root all the way through the crown of our head. Relax the shoulder blades down. Crown of the head reaches up. So elongating through the spine. If you'd like to close your eyes here, you're welcome to do so. And if there's any physical movements you would like to take here to settle in, shoulder rolls, neck rolls, any of that, please feel free to explore those. I'll make my way to my mat here as we're settling in. Continuing with some gentle movements here to come into our space together. Just a few more moments. And then we'll take a few moments here just to settle. So bringing the body into some stillness here. Hands can be on your knees, thighs, in your lap, whatever feels best for you. Again, keeping that nice, tall, dignified spine through the crown of the head. Eyes open or closed, your choice. We'll just shift our focus now to our breath, allowing ourselves to come in to some deep, expansive inhales and some releasing and relaxing exhales. Again, eyes open or closed, your choice. Expand through the front, the back, and the sides of the rib cage as you inhale. Exhaling to release and to let it go. Let's do 5 more breaths just like that. One more full round of breath. Let's inhale and exhale. You can gently blink those eyes open. When you are ready, we'll inhale those arms all the way overhead, pressing those palms together. Melt the shoulder blades down. Your sit bones are rooted. The crown of your head still reaches up. Finding another breath in. As we exhale, thumbs to heart center right here. Beautiful. Twice more. Inhale, palms pressed together overhead. Melt your shoulder blades down. Exhaling, thumbs to heart center. Once more, inhale, palms pressed together overhead, melt your shoulder blades. And exhale, thumbs to heart center. We'll take a gentle twist to the right here. Let's inhale the arms overhead. As we exhale, we'll take our upright twist over to the right. Chest stays super tall. Your left hand comes to your right thigh, right hand to right hip. Rotate that torso to the right side. Tall spine. Inhale here. And exhale. And then we'll inhale ourselves to center. You can press your palms together overhead again. And then we'll exhale, taking our twist to the left. So left hand comes to left hip here. Right hand to that left knee. Torso's nice and tall. Crown of the head continues to reach up. Full breath in. Full breath out. And then let's make our way back to center on an inhale. Press the palms together overhead. And then we'll exhale, thumbs to heart center. Good, let's go into a little butterfly pose here. Bottoms of the feet together, knees out to the side. So if you were with me on Monday, I offered a little block option underneath those knees. So if you have pillows or yoga blocks or books or whatever, if you want to prop under your knees, you're welcome to. You don't have to. Completely up to you, whatever's more comfortable. And then your heels can come to as close to your pelvis as you'd like to, or you can move your feet away, right? So let's take 3 breaths right here. Just a gentle hip opener, inner thigh opener here. Crown of the head stays tall. Good, left leg is gonna stay. Draw your right knee up, and you're gonna bring that right foot completely off the floor, taking your forearms underneath your calf. Now, if you need to move this left leg someplace, you can, that's up to you. So there's a few options for this gentle hip opener here. You can bring your forearms under your calf, like I have here, or you can take the crook of your elbow on the left side and hook it onto your right foot. Crook of the right elbow to the right knee, right? So you can cradle it like a baby here, right? And then once you have that position, either way, whichever one feels better for you, you can kind of do a rock side to side here. It doesn't have to go very far. You can also think about shifting over to one side, forward and backward. So think about the sit bone on the right side here, just getting a little massage on that yoga mat here. Gentle little hip opener. We'll take 3 breaths right here. Beautiful. We'll release that foot on an exhale, and then we'll take it to the other side. So drawing the left knee up, start out with forearms underneath the calf. Give that a whirl, see how that feels. This bottom leg, this right leg can go wherever you need it to go. And then you can stay here with it if you'd like, or I'll start with my foot here. The crook of your right elbow will grab onto your left foot, left elbow to left knee. Look at that, good. And then again, you can rock back and forth here. You can rock forward and backward. You can kind of dig into it side to side, up to you. 3 breaths here. And then on an exhale, when you're ready, gently releasing that left leg. Come back to our butterfly stretch here. See if there's any difference. If not, that's okay. If you feel a little difference, draw your heels in closer. 1 full round of breath. Let's inhale. And exhale. And then we'll close those knees like a book, carefully crossing over the ankles, and we'll make our way over to a tabletop position here. Let me set myself up the correct direction here for you all. So when we come into our tabletop, shoulders stacks over the wrists, spread your fingers wide here. Knees are about hip distance apart, toes tucked or untucked, your choice. Let's move through cat-cow together. Inhale to drop the belly, lift the gaze, lift the tailbone. Exhaling to push the mat away, dome the upper back. Inhale, we'll drop the belly, lifting the gaze, lifting the tailbone. Exhaling to push the mat away. Last one, inhale, drop the belly, lift the gaze, lift the tailbone. And exhale, pushing the mat away here. Coming back to our neutral tabletop, let's get a couple of hip circles here in this position. On your inhale, extend your right leg straight behind you, bend that right knee, and let's make those big circles right side. Taking those circles the opposite direction here. And then on your next inhale, extend that right leg behind you, square off your hips, and then we'll exhale back to our tabletop, just like that. Good, we'll switch to the other side. Inhale, left leg straight behind, bend that left knee, big hip circles left side. Take those circles the opposite direction here. And then on your next inhale, extend that left leg straight behind you, square hips. And then we'll exhale ourselves back to our tabletop. One more cat-cow here, my friends. Inhale to drop the belly, lift the gaze, lift the tailbone. Exhaling, push the mat away. Coming back to our neutral spine here. Set those knees about 5 inches behind those hips. Restack your shoulders. We have a stable upper body here. Toes are tucked under. Take a full big breath in. And we'll exhale, hips to the sky for downward facing dog. So let's take 3 breaths here. You can wiggle your hips. You can bend and straighten those knees, whatever you need here. Let's find that breath. And then on your next inhale, send your hips a little bit higher. We're up on those tippy toes. We'll take our baby steps now to the top edge of our mat. Coming into a forward fold up here once you arrive. Little bend in those knees if you need to. Then we'll bring our hands to our shins. Inhale to a halfway lift and a flat back. Exhaling to fold down. Let's do that twice more, everyone. Inhale, hands to shins, flat back. Exhale, fold down. Last one, hands to shins, breath in. Breath out to fold. Root down through both feet, bringing ourselves all the way up to standing. Press those palms together overhead. You can gaze up. And exhale, thumbs through, heart center, mountain pose, Tadasana. Beautiful, let's flow. Here we go. Inhale, palms pressed together overhead. Exhaling to fold forward all the way down. Hands coming to shins, lifting up halfway. On your exhale, plant your hands firmly. Let's take ourselves all the way back to downward facing dog. Big breath right here. Inhale. And exhale. We'll inhale our right leg towards the ceiling with nice square hips here. As we exhale, step that right foot forward, drop that back knee down, finding our first low leg lunge of today's practice. So alignment check always first. Right knee stacks on top of that right ankle. Right toes point forward. Your left knee should be behind your left hip. And then square off those hips here. Shoulders over hips, crown of the head reaches up. Fingertips reach up, 3 breaths. One more breath. As we exhale, left hand comes down, right fingers to the sky, taking our twist here. 1 full breath, inhale. As we exhale, frame that front foot, carefully lifting the back knee, and then we'll take ourselves back to find downward facing dog. Full breath in. Big breath out. Inhaling, left leg towards the ceiling, square hips. As we exhale, step that left foot forward, drop that back knee down, low leg lunge, left side, alignment check again. Left knee stacks on top of that left ankle, left toes point forward, your right knee's behind your right hip, square off those hips. Torso's nice and tall, fingertips reach up, 3 breaths. Inhaling here. As we exhale, right fingers come down, left fingers to the sky, taking our twist. Big breath in. As we exhale, carefully framing that left foot here, lift your back knee, stepping ourselves back to downward facing dog. Let's find a big inhale. Full exhale. Inhaling forward to a high plank. We're going to exhale ourselves all the way down to the belly right here. Roll those shoulder blades onto the back. Press through both hands. Your feet are down. baby cobra. Engage your glutes here as well. Big inhale. Exhale, hips to the sky for downward facing dog. Full breath in. Big breath out. Send those hips a little higher. Let's take our baby steps again here to the top of the mat, coming into our forward fold. Little bend in those knees if you'd like. One time here, hands to shins. Inhale, let's come up halfway. Exhaling to fold down. Coming all the way up to standing. When you're ready, big breath in, palms pressed together overhead. And exhale, thumbs through, heart center, mountain pose. Tadasana. Good. Inhale, palms press overhead. Exhaling to fold forward over those legs. Hands coming to shins, lifting up halfway, flat back. And then we'll exhale to plant those hands firmly, taking ourselves back to downward facing dog. Full breath in here. Full breath out. Inhaling, right leg towards the ceiling, square hips. Exhale to step it forward. We're going to do our low leg lunges one more time, everyone. Drop that back knee down. Bring that torso up. We've been here before, so check your alignment. Take a moment. Find those 3 breaths. One more inhale. As we exhale, frame that front foot. We're going to stretch out that right hamstring. Send your hips back. Straightening that right knee. So as we come into this pose here, your butt is going to be stacked either over your back knee or behind it here. Fingertips, if you need a block or something under your hands, you can take it. Flat palms if you're feeling bendy. And then you can keep that front foot down or pop those front toes up if you'd like to. Let's take those 3 breaths. One more breath. Here we are. Inhale. As we exhale, make our way forward. Plant those hands, lift that back knee. Take ourselves back. Downward facing dog. Big inhale. Full exhale. Inhale, left leg towards the ceiling. Square hips here. Exhale to step it forward. That back knee comes down. Last low leg lunge, everybody. Torso comes up. Check your alignment here. Find your 3 breaths. One more breath. Let's inhale. As we exhale, frame that front foot, send those hips back, straightening that left knee, coming into half split left side. So again, your hips are now stacked over your back knee or just behind it. I like to keep my back toes tucked under, but you can untuck them if you want to. And then you can keep that front foot flat or bring those toes up. Your choice here. Send your breath into that hamstring. One hamstring might feel different than the other, so just notice how this left side feels. One more inhale here. And then as we exhale, we'll make our way forward, planting those hands, lifting that back knee, and stepping it back to downward facing dog. Big breath in. Full breath out. Let's inhale ourselves forward to a high plank, shoulders over those wrists. As we exhale, drop it to the belly. Roll the shoulders onto the back. Baby cobra keeps a bend in the elbows. Full cobra is a straight elbow here. Everybody's shoulder blades are down. Engage your butt. Full breath in. Exhale, hips to sky. Downward facing dog. Let's find an inhale. And an exhale. Send those hips a little higher. You can take your baby steps or one big step to the top of the mat here. Forward fold. Once we arrive, hands come to shins. Inhale, let's come up halfway. Exhale to fold down. Coming all the way up to standing. Press those palms together overhead. You can gaze up. And exhale, thumbs through, heart center, mountain pose. Tadasana. Good, we're gonna keep our feet hip distance apart here. Keep those toes pointed forward, hands on hips to get us started, dropping into chair pose with feet separated. So as you look down, you should be able to see your toes. You do not want your knees to buckle in here. Try to square off those hips. And then from here, you can keep your hands right there. Draw thumbs to heart center or sweep those arms overhead. Your choice. 3 breaths. Settle in. One more breath. As we inhale, we'll stand all the way up. Press those palms together. You can gaze up. As we exhale, fold forward and all the way down. You can grab opposite elbows here. We're going to hang on to this forward fold. I'll back up a little bit for you so you can see better. So we still have hip distance apart for those feet. Toes point forward. Opposite elbow grab is a great place to be. You can also grab those big toes. Head is heavy. Breath into hamstrings. 3 big breaths here. And then we're going to unhook whatever we have. Bring hands to shins, finding a halfway lift and a flat back breath in. As we exhale, plant those hands firmly. Let's take it back to downward facing dog. Full inhale. Full exhale. Inhaling that right leg towards the ceiling, square hips. Exhale to step it forward. Let's keep that back knee lifted this time, everybody. Coming into our first full-size crescent lunge of tonight's practice. So our alignment is the same. That right knee's on top of that right ankle here. Right toes point forward. Square off those hips so you're not open this way, square this way. Pressing through the ball of the back foot. Settle in. 3 breaths. One more breath here. As we exhale, we frame our front foot, plant those hands firmly, step it back, finding downward facing dog. Full breath in. Big breath out. Inhale, left leg towards the ceiling, square hips here. Exhaling to step it forward. Back knee stays lifted. Full size crescent lunge, left side. That left knee stacks. Square off those hips. Press firmly through the ball of that back foot. 3 breaths. One more breath here. Inhale. As we exhale, carefully frame that front foot and step ourselves back to downward facing dog. Big breath in. Full breath out. Inhaling forward to a high plank. Stack your shoulders over your wrists. Zip up your belly. Exhale all the way down. Baby cobra keeps the bend in the elbows. Full cobra straightens the elbows. Breath in. Exhale, hips to sky. Downward facing dog. Taking an inhale here. And an exhale. We'll send those hips a little higher. Walk, step, or hop to the top of the mat. Coming into a forward fold here once you arrive. Hands come to shins. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale to fold down. Coming all the way up to standing when you're ready. Press through both feet. Press those palms together. You can gaze up. You can back bend. And exhale. Thumbs through, heart center, mountain pose. Tadasana. Good. We'll do a little sort of series at the top of the mat. So bring your feet all the way together first. We'll come into a full-size traditional chair pose, sweeping arms overhead. Ankles together, calves together, thighs together, hips are square and down. 3 breaths. One more breath. Inhale. And exhale. We'll inhale to stand all the way up. Press those palms together. You can gaze up. Exhale to fold forward all the way down. Separate those feet to hip distance. Keep your toes pointed forward. You can grab opposite elbows. You can grab your big toes. You can work your hands underneath your feet this time. Hanumanasana, gorilla pose if you'd like to. 3 breaths here. Head is heavy. One more breath. And then we're going to unhook those hands here. We're going to heel toe our feet out to the width of the mat, keeping our toes pointed forward. So your feet are parallel to the long edge of the mat here. And again, you can grab opposite elbows if that's what you prefer here. Bring your hands to the ground, grab onto your toes, ankles, or you can reach behind. You can reach behind. Find that breath. One more full breath here. Let's inhale. And exhale. And then we'll come to a halfway lift here. We'll set our feet back to hip distance apart, so scoot yourself back together. Hands can come to shins on an inhale. And then we'll exhale to plant those hands firmly. Let's take ourselves back to downward facing dog. We'll take 3 breaths here. Check out your hamstrings. If you would like a child's pose for this one, you can take a child's pose. So let's take 3 breaths. Finding one more breath here wherever you are. If you're in child's pose, come on back up to downward facing dog. And then everyone from down dog, inhale your right leg towards the ceiling, nice square hips here. Exhaling to step it all the way forward. Pivot your back heel down. So now we have warrior 2, in the lower body. And then root through both feet to bring that torso all the way up. Full size warrior 2 right side. Beautiful, good. So those right toes are pointing forward. We're pressing through the back foot as well here. Taking 3 breaths, shoulders over those hips. One more breath here. Let's flip that right palm. Reach those right fingers behind us, revolved warrior here. Your left hand can go behind your lower back, or it can find your left leg. That's fine too. Settle into that right thigh. Inhale. And exhale. Torso is going to stay. We're going to straighten that right leg here. And then we're going to bring our torso up. Inhale. Making our way to triangle pose right from here. Reach right fingers forward. Right hand comes down, left fingers to the sky. So as you come into this pose, your right hand can be on your shin, the foot, or the floor. If you start to close off here, you're going to want to back out of it a little bit to open up your chest. If you have a prop, feel free to use your prop to bring the floor a little closer to your hand. 3 breaths here. One more breath. Let's inhale. And exhale. Good, we're going to close off that torso. Bring both hands down. Square off your hips and frame your right foot here. And then we're going to step our left foot about halfway forward, coming into pyramid pose on the right side. So those right toes continue to point forward. Your left toes now are pointed out a little bit to the left side. And we have to work to square off those hips. So my left hip is up. I have to square off my hips here. Again, if you have props of any sort, you can put them underneath your hands. Let's find those 3 breaths here. Pressing through both feet here. One more breath. Let's inhale. And exhale. We're going to shift both of our hands to the inside of our right foot. Walk your right foot out to the width of the mat, and then we're going to drop our back leg back and our back knee down to find the lizard lunge right from here. Look at that. Amazing. So make sure that your right foot is flat, right toes are pointing forward. Hands or fingertips, right? You can have flat palms or fingertips, all good. My left hip wants to drop here, so we want to try to square off a little bit here. And your back toes can be tucked under or untucked. That's up to you. We're going to stay on our hands in this pose, coming into our nice hip flexor opener on this side. 3 breaths here. One more breath. Let's inhale. And exhale. Good, we're gonna scoot that right foot in a little bit so that you can frame your right foot. Tuck your back toes under, lift your back knee, and then we step it back to find downward facing dog. Look at that, you can pedal it out. Find a breath, inhale. And exhale. When you're ready, inhale, left leg towards the ceiling, square hips here. Exhale to step that left foot forward. You can use your fingertips for some balance, my friends. Pivot your right foot down. So we've lowered, excuse me, I said it again. Warrior two in the lower body. And then we bring that torso all the way up. Yes. Full size warrior two, left side. Settle into this left thigh. Shoulders over those nice square hips. 3 breaths. One more breath. We'll flip that left palm. Reach those left fingers behind here, revolved warrior. That right hand can tuck behind the lower back. Or you can find that right leg. All good. Stay strong in that left thigh, everybody. Inhale. And exhale. Keep that torso right where it is. Press through that left foot to straighten that left knee. Torso comes up on an inhale. And then as we exhale, we'll make our way to triangle pose, left side. So again, chest is open here. Your left hand can find the shin, the foot, or a block, or the floor, whatever it is that you need here. Right fingers reach up. Press through both feet. 3 breaths. One more breath here. We're going to carefully close off that torso. So both hands come down here. You can frame that left foot. And then we'll square off our hips, stepping our right foot about halfway forward. We've got pyramid pose, left side. Left toes point forward. Right toes are out a bit here. Hands come up to your shin if you need to. Fingertips, flat palms, or props, whatever you need under those hands. Square off those hips. Press through both feet. Let's find 3 breaths. And then we're going to carefully bring both hands to the inside of that left foot. Heel toe that left foot all the way out to the width of the mat here. And then we're going to drop our right leg back. Right knee comes down. Lizard lunge, left side. So make sure that your left foot is flat. Left toes point forward. You can stay flat palms or fingertips here. Back knee is down. Toes tucked or untucked. We'll stay right here. Enjoying this hip opener. 3 breaths. One more full breath. So we'll keep that back knee down here for a second. Heel toe your left foot in a little bit so that you can frame that left foot, plant both hands, and now lift your back knee off the ground, and then we'll step it back to downward facing dog. Pedal it out, everybody. We'll take 3 breaths. You can child's pose it here if you want to, or stay in down dog. If you're in child's pose, come on back to downward facing dog. Let's get a vinyasa in here. Inhaling forward to a high plank, shoulders over those wrists, zip up your belly. Exhale all the way down to the mat. Roll the shoulders onto the back. Baby cobra or full cobra on an inhale, big breath in. And we'll exhale, hips to sky to find downward facing dog. Let's take a full breath in here. And a big breath out. Inhale that right leg towards the ceiling, nice square hips here. Exhale, step it all the way forward. Drop that back knee down. We're going to come into our half split again. So we did this much earlier, right? Back knee is down, straight right leg. So from here is how we're going to work into a full split. All right, so if you want to take a minute to watch all of the talking that I'm doing here, you can, or just go with me, that's up to you. If you have blocks, if you have rolls of toilet paper, you can use them under your hands at any height here. We're going to get started in a full half split, so we're going to sit our butt back, keeping that right leg straight. And what the tendency is going to be, I'll show you this way, is for us to roll over onto the left side. We don't want to do that. So take something that you have, your blanket or your block, put it under your right butt cheek and sit on it. Square hips, look at that. Your left toes can be tucked under. If that hurts, you can untuck those toes. I'll turn sideways again so you can see what I'm talking about here. All right, so we want to be seated on something. This is our first like front leg, what this is supposed to look like here. Look at that. So my hips are square. Right leg is straight, right toes are up. If this is enough of a front hamstring opener for you, stay here. You don't have to go anywhere. If you want to start to work into a bigger split, we'll make our way forward a bit. I'll move the block out of the way. And we're going to start to scoot left leg back as right leg scoots forward. If you're on a hardwood floor, you can cheat, put a blanket under your front heel, and you'll just slide forward. Be careful. So from here, as we work into this, again, if you need something under your hands, put something under your hands. You might need a big height under those hands. My pelvis is not on the ground. Don't feel like you need to be on the ground here. It's okay. And as you work into this, half split is also a great place to be. As you work into this, you want to work your front heel forward to bring those hips down. You can put blankets underneath your pelvis to sit on them. You can put a block under your right butt cheek, like we did earlier. You can also take a block, if you're elevated up nice and high, under that front thigh. Woo! All right. If you're in a half split, stay there. If you're in full, hands can be on something. If you're feeling super strong today and you're in this pose, try it with arms up. I have a block under my butt here, just so you know. I don't want you to think that my butt's all the way on the ground. No false advertising for my yoga here. How about it? Find that breath. 2 more big breaths here. One more big breath. Inhale. And exhale. If you're in half split, stay. If you're in full split, I want you to scoot your butt back to bring your front leg back and sit your butt back into half split. And then everybody roll onto your right butt cheek. Bring your left leg forward. Shake it out. Woo! Yes. Guess what? We do the other side. Look at that. Shake those legs out. I'm going to very unceremoniously make my way back to the top of my mat here. Reset my blocks to the front. And then find downward facing dog. So we'll meet in downward facing dog when you're ready. One more breath. All right, let's get the other side, my friends. Here we go. Inhale, left leg towards the ceiling, square hips. Exhale to step it forward. Drop your back knee down. Remember, low leg lunge here. And then we're going to send our hips back for half split. So remember, we're going to take it all the way back. I'll show you. I can pivot forwards again if you want. Put something under your butt here. Come all the way down, right? So my left butt cheek is seated on a block. I'm going to untuck my right toes here. My hips are level. Good. You can stay here. This is a great place to be. Great hamstring opener. It's great to work the level hips here. If you want to head for that full split, we'll get ourselves into it here. So scooting our way forward. Again, you can use those props. You're going to work your left foot forward as you work your right leg back. So it's equal movement. Front leg wiggles forward. I literally am wiggling my foot. That's good. Back leg goes back. Hands on blocks. You can put a pillow or a blanket underneath those hips. You can also sit on a block here. My right side is a little tighter than my left side. Whew, there we are. Settle in whatever version of this pose you have on this side. So again, half split, you can stay there. Hands on blocks, lots of props under that left butt cheek. My hips are not quite square on this side. I'm going to try to work towards that. Find your breath. Two more breaths here, everybody. Two more. Inhale. Exhale. One more breath. If you're in half split, stay there. If you're in this full version of it, you're going to start to scoot your butt back. You can sit on your block to find half split. And then we're going to wiggle those legs forward. Blocks, props, blankets out of the way. Dandasana. Look at that. Good. Shake those legs out. Take notice of how they feel. Toes up towards the sky here. Root down through those sit bones. Take a moment. Find a full inhale. And a full exhale. And then from here, we're going to cross over those ankles, plant those hands at the top of the mat, step ourselves back to downward facing dog. Shake it out. See how you feel. Find a full inhale. Big exhale. One more vinyasa. Here we go, everybody. Inhale forward to a high plank, shoulders over those wrists. Exhaling all the way down to the belly. Roll shoulders onto the back. Baby cobra or full cobra. Take a big inhale. Exhale, hips to the sky. Finding downward facing dog. Big breath in here. Full breath out. Then we'll send those hips a little higher. You can walk, step, or hop to the top of the mat. And then we'll bring those butts all the way down, coming into a butterfly stretch again, just like we did when we started. Notice how it feels. I'll face this way for you guys. So earlier I offered blocks underneath those knees. If you need them, again, great. If you don't need them, just take notice of how those hips feel here. If you'd like a fold forward, make sure your butt stays down and you can fold forward. That's up to you. We'll take 3 breaths. One more breath here. Let's inhale. And exhale. Closing those knees like a book. Rock it onto your sit bones here. We're going to come into boat. Hands on those thighs. You can flex your feet so your toes point up. We'll keep a little bend in those knees here. You can keep your hands there or you can release the hands up. 3 breaths here. One more breath. And then we'll rock that body forward. Legs are straight, toes are up, arms up, inhale. Exhale, fold forward over those legs, seated forward fold, 3 breaths. We're gonna bring that torso up. We'll do that series one more time. Everybody knees up, boat. Hands can stay on your hamstrings. You can release the arms or you can bring those arms all the way up. That's up to you. 3 breaths here. Engage that entire core. One more breath here. Inhale. As we exhale, those legs come down. Knees are straight, arms are up here. Breath in. Exhale, seated forward fold. 3 breaths. And then we'll carefully bring that torso all the way up here. Bending that right knee, Plant your right foot to the inside of your left thigh. Right hand comes just behind that right butt cheek. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale, hug onto that right knee with the left elbow, taking a twist. 3 breaths here. Inhale through center, gentle counter twist over to the left side. And exhale, returning our way to the middle here. Both legs are forward. And then we'll draw the left knee up. Plant that left foot to the inside of that right thigh. Left hand just behind that left butt cheek here. Inhale, right arm up. Exhale, elbow hooks on that left knee, taking our twist to this side. 3 breaths here. We'll inhale ourselves back to center, gentle counter twist to the right. And then we'll exhale ourselves to the middle, extend both legs forward. You can shake those legs out. And then when you're ready, draw your knees in towards your chest, wrap your forearms around your shins. You can make your way all the way down onto your back. Make those circles with those knees, one direction and the other direction. And then we'll take a gentle twist to each side here. If there's a twist that you would prefer to take, you're welcome to. Otherwise, plant those feet firmly. Feet are about hip distance apart. Arms can take up as much room as you'd like here. Find a full inhale. Exhaling those knees over to the right, gentle twist right side. Again, if there's a different twist you'd like to take, you can take it. Then we'll carefully inhale those knees back to center. Exhaling knees over to the left, taking the same shape twist to the left side here. 3 breaths. And then when you're ready, gently inhale those knees back to center. Draw your knees in towards your chest, reaching in between those thighs to grab onto toes, arches, or ankles. For happy baby, you can rock side to side here. One more full breath. Let's inhale. And exhale. Draw those knees back into the middle. Extend those legs up towards the sky. Draw your toes towards your face. Take a moment right here. Take a breath in. And a breath out. If you'd like to stay here, you're welcome to stay here. You can make your way over to legs up the wall if you'd like to do that. You can find a lying butterfly stretch if that feels good for you. Or any other postures you'd like to take to finish out today's practice. Please feel free. We have a few moments of a little bit of yogi playtime. Finding those postures that are most meaningful for you. If there's any transitional postures you'd like to take, another round of twists, legs up the wall or bottoms of the feet together, please feel free to take those. And then there's no rush from here, finding those postures that you still need for tonight's practice. Or certainly if you're ready, you can extend yourself into full Shavasana. Those legs will reach long on the mat. Head, shoulders, and hips are heavy. Allow those arms to take up as much space as you'd like to here. And then in your own time, when you're ready to find full Shavasana, take a big breath in. Exhaling into the support of the earth beneath you. And enjoy. Let's enjoy a full breath all the way in. And a big breath all the way out. Gently beginning to wiggle those fingers and toes. Gently rolling the wrists and the ankles and rocking the head side to side. When you feel ready, extend those arms all the way overhead, getting as long as you can from your fingertips to your toes. And then take a big inhale. As you exhale, gently draw your knees in towards your chest, wrap your forearms around your shins, give yourself a big hug here. When you feel ready, make your way over to your favorite side in a fetal position. And we'll pause for a moment in this posture, as we always do, to call to mind who in our lives we are grateful for. With a heart full of gratitude, use both hands to press you up to a comfortable seat, whatever that looks like and feels like for you. Thumbs draw together at heart center once you arrive. Eyes open or closed here, your choice. We'll close out with one more full round of breath. Let's inhale. And exhale. The light inside of me loves and honors the light inside each of you. Namaste. Namaste and kittens, everyone. I hope you enjoyed it. Yay!
Thank you so much, Courtney.
Thank you so much. Happy birthday.
Thank you, Courtney.
Thank you. Gail and Maria, happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Courtney.
Thanks, Courtney.
Everybody, thank you so much.
Thank you, Courtney.
Thank you.
Happy birthday, girls.
Bye.
Thanks, Courtney.
Thank you. Thank you. I'll see you guys soon.
Bye-bye, Sue. Bye.
Yay. Oh, good. Thank you.